Good morning, traders. Welcome to today's market review. This is Fred Razak at CMTrading. Today is January 29th, 2018, and today is Monday morning. So looking at the economic events of the day, nothing major scheduled for today, but as the week continues, we should have some things cooking up. But in the meantime, let's see what's been happening in the markets. A very tumultuous end of last week, and let's take a look. So we're jumping here into the Euro USD, and just to highlight in these crosshairs right around this area, this was on January 25th. We had an ECB rate decision, which is a interest rate decision coming out of European Central Bank. And as you can see, we rallied tremendously at the outset of this rate decision, as you can see, okay, and then we had a correctional move that followed. Okay, now we discussed this in last week's webinar in the Make Me a Trader program, where there's often, okay, when there's a major news event that comes out, a reactionary move. Okay, now that's the initial move right here, okay, which most of the time it's really difficult to catch. But then, as the markets kind of digest what's been going on, they realize that nothing has really changed, and then you get this double top, okay, like we had right here, and then the correctional move right here. Okay, now this is a great case scenario because most traders could really capitalize on the fading move, the second move, okay, the way down, okay, the shorting of this double top, as opposed to catching the initial move on the way up. Okay, some traders who sometimes take a little bit more of a risk, who go into the position long, okay, then close the initial position and then flip it short, okay, because they see that it hasn't broken out on the upside, and then take the fading move on the downside. But looking, where we are right now, okay, just taking a look right here at 124-ish level, okay, we're really just right unchanged, okay, really unchanged from where we were right before the rate decision came out. And this is often the case when we do have these type of news events that come out. It's, reactionary move, and then a correctional to the reactionary move, and then you find yourself unchanged. Okay, so right now we look like we're getting a little bit weaker here as this Monday progresses, and we may just find ourselves just trickling down to this 123 level, 123.90-ish level. Okay, just realize that we're at all-time highs in the Euro USD, just receding from 125.72. So keep that in mind. Excuse me, 125.27-ish move. So keep that in mind as the week progresses, that we're hitting this all-time highs in the Euro USD, and most of the currencies versus the dollar have gotten stronger, but they may find themselves just taking a little bit of a breather the next couple of days, just digesting what's happened last week. Now we're looking at a 4-hour chart of the GBP USD. As you can see as well, we're receding here as well from 143.34, a high of, to 141.25-ish level. Now the next real support level, I would say, is 140. Okay, so looking at a daily chart, just to give you a understanding of where and how far we've come up, we're looking from April to today, we've gone from 121 to 142. So that's a tremendous rally for the GBP versus the USD, as you can see here, and we broke our previous resistance of 138. So real next resistance is 146. That's next real resistance. Maybe 144.35 is a minor resistance, but on the support level, I would say 140-ish level would be the support. So I would look for maybe a little bit of a trickling down, okay, finding a new trading range for us to be in the GBP USD. Looking at the Aussie USD as well, just taking a little bit of a retracement here, just trading just below this 181.29-ish level, as you can see, but we're just still very strong. Okay, I don't want to say that we're going to be correcting ourselves or anything like that, because it doesn't seem like that's going to be happening. Looking at the Japanese yen versus the dollar as well at 108. Now here we may have a little bit of a bounce here as we're hitting a previous support area of 108-ish level. So this is something that I'd look for, for a possible bounce the next couple of days. Looking at gold's retracing a little bit also from 1366, a high of, to 1348. Now this is still very strong. 1346, I would say, would be a possible bounce, okay, as we're making this new trading range between 1346 and 1366, so keep that in mind. Looking at oil as we start the week at our all-time highs, dead highs, 66.28. So based on this, I'd really say that we're going to continue this trading range of moving upwards. So keep that in mind as the week progresses and we get our oil inventory numbers later this week. Looking at the Dow Jones, all-time highs. 26,626. There's nothing else I could say about this besides the fact that it just keeps on getting stronger and stronger and stronger. We're there's no there's no almost a place to catch this. It's going up so fast. Okay, from the beginning of the year until now, we've rallied tremendously. Okay, just this is just looking from January 15th until today, and we've rallied over 700 points. So starting from the beginning of the year, we've rallied close to 1,800 points. Okay, so that's a tremendous rally. Looking here at a 4-hour chart, as you can see here, from the beginning of January, 24,277, and we're trading, more than 2,000 points. Okay, so that's unheard of. Okay, 2,200 points as the year just progresses is just an amazing rally for the Dow Jones, the S&P 500. It's almost a 10% move on the upside. Okay, so that's it's amazing. Okay, so if it's going to continue at this stage, I just want to see a little bit of a confirmation if it's going to correct itself, a double top, something to give me, okay, some sort of hard sell-off, but it's not happening. Okay, it may happen this week, may happen next week, but until we get that confirmation, I'm not thinking shorting this at all, only to maybe buy it in the pullbacks and hope that it continues. Now the DAX here was a funny thing. DAX finally caught up last week and broke out higher, as you can see here, above this resistance of 13,500-ish level. We hit 13,548 and then we retraced. This was just like, we were talking about this in the office and we said, what's going on here? Okay, because usually when we break out, we should, break out with some but it's showing that there's relative weakness in this. Okay, even though that it's close to our all-time highs, maybe it's reluctantly going up because of the Dow Jones. Who knows? Okay, because it's really, a little bit misguiding here when it's breaks out on the breaks up above its resistance level and then falters. All right, so that's a little bit disconcerting, and we've said this a few times that it may just not be trading. Okay, just maybe just whiplash just because of the Dow Jones. Okay, which could be the case because when when we retraced on the Dow Jones, we made a correctional move, the DAX didn't do anything. Okay, so it's either not not trading, or it's either not responding, or it's either reluctantly going up just because of the Dow Jones. So it could be various reasons to look at. Okay, but ultimately it's still pretty strong. Okay, because we are at our all-time highs, 13,548-ish level, close to it, just receding here. So let's see if we get that bounce this week. This is Fred Razak. I want to wish you guys a great trading day. Thank you.